This marriage is 60 years old because of her. It's your fault. It's your fault, dear. I'm Bill Libby. It's my wife, Barbara. Don't you start. See, we've been married 64 years. I was born in San Francisco, 1932. My wife was born in Lansing, Michigan, 1930. Mama made sure we went to church every Sunday. And when I turned 18 and joined the Navy, I never went to church again. Some friends of mine came over to take me to Golden Gate Park while we were driving around us. There was 2 automobiles with Michigan license plates on them. And the guy that owned the car I was in was from Michigan, and the lady that owned the car Barbara was in was from Michigan. So here's sailors and guys going through town waving at these pretty girls. And we stopped, and they got names and phone numbers. About 3 or 4 days later, my friend asked me if we wanted to call these girls out and take them out, and I said, yeah. I said, but I want the blonde in the back seat, which was Barbara. She had a 41 Chevrolet. We would go down there on Saturday, and she'd teach me how to drive this stick shift 41 Chevrolet up and down the street. And that's how I learned to drive. She taught me everything I know. Then we got married in 1953. I think it was the first night of our honeymoon, the very first night. And she's on her hands and knees by the bed, saying her prayers. I'd never seen anybody do that before. And she did that every night for the next 20 years. A long, long time, every night. She's a real Christian girl. I was a drinker. I'm an alcoholic. I get off work at 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I head right straight for the bar. I should have been home more, much, much more than I was. She started coming to 3 Crosses in 1971. What's the first thing that children go to? Nursery type. She would stay up all Saturday trying to get this lesson done. So when she went in there, she could teach the kids. I used to, on Sunday morning I'd have a hangover or something. She was praying all the time for me. She's a prayer. She's a prayer Lord. Yeah. Oh, come on. Come on, stop it. Put your hand down so they can see your pretty face. So about 5 years ago, 6 years ago, we went to Kaiser for something. I forget what it was. But they gave Barbara a test. They had her draw a clock, make a circle, and then put all the numbers on the clock. Well, she made the circle fine, but she put from 1 to 12 all on one side. And the state of California has a law that if a doctor thinks that you have some kind of mental illness, which is what was happening to her, they took her license away. So that's when I told her that I would take her anywhere she wanted to go, don't worry about it. So I started bringing her to church every Sunday. That's how I got started going to church. God has been on my shoulder my whole entire life. It's just that I haven't had a relationship with Jesus Christ until Barbara got ill. January 2nd, 2 o'clock in the afternoon, boom. It wasn't like that. That isn't the way, it's like when I fell in love with her, I can't tell you when. But with me, it was gradual. I came home one day and I started reading Barbara's, she has an older Bible there. Every day I learn something new. Every day I read something in the Bible. Do not save things because they get rusty and old. Someplace in the Bible, I've read it. In my Father's house are many mansions. If it were not so, I would have told you. She has a wonderful disposition. She's the sweetest girl in the world. She's got a heart of gold. She'd do anything for anybody without being asked.
Mm.
She took care of me for 60 years. I won't be taking care of her for 3 or 4. I believe even though we have this, I'm taking care of Barb and stuff, I think I'm happier than I ever been in my life. Now that's hard to believe, but I think I am. I don't know why. I've never been able to figure it out. I'll ask God when I meet him.